Please keep your ears available for the rapping styles of
We got the deal.
Woo, I'm so high.
Be black and dark and still beautiful.
Bleach my skin.
My family need to come up because we famous, so we
Donald
hunger.
Trump refers to as shithole country.
Colors and books of obituary. You should be worried.
Another life claimed by the police? No.
My cousin's gay and my uncle's a pedophile, but guess which one brings the family more shit?
It gotta stop, because I damn near scream in public.
You ever sink your head under that bathtub water, hold your breath in?
And you can keep your pennies, because my thoughts are priceless.
When I say CC, you say P. CC. CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the. Mike. Drop the. Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love. Poetry. I love. Poetry. Give it up for Drop the Mic. Let's get it started.
What's up, CCP? How y'all feeling today? I am so happy to hear that. Welcome to the final showcase of the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic. Please give it up for all of our poets who made it to the final showcase. We are really looking forward to this afternoon's performances. We know that they are just going to kill it on stage. My name is Dr. Michelle Myers. I'm an associate professor here at Community College of Philadelphia, and I'm your host for this afternoon. And I just want to say to all of you who are here in the audience, we're just so happy to see you, and we hope that you're going to give lots of really positive energy to all of our poets on stage. They really love if you engage with them and you respond. So, if you're really feeling what they're saying, please, feel free to snap your fingers or clap or talk back to them. It really gives our poets lots of support and shows them lots of love, okay? Also, for those of you who have not been to our other audition shows, we're doing something new this season where the audience actually gets to vote at the end. So essentially, you're our 5th judge, and so at the end, when I cue you, you all have your voting forms. You'll get a chance to, vote for your favorite poet, and then your votes will be counted along with the judges' points. Okay. So really quickly, I'm going to go over the rules. Each poet will perform in 2 rounds. This is round 1. Okay. This is what we're filming now is round 1 of the final showcase. So each poet will come up and perform 1 poem. They have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to perform. If they go over 3 minutes and 15 seconds, then the judges will deduct a half point for each second they go over. And so at this time, I'd like to introduce our amazing panel of judges. Please give it up for our judges. So starting with the judge closest to the audience, Kevin Covington. Please give it up for Kevin. He's a support coach in the Center for Male Engagement here at Community College of Philadelphia. And next to Kevin, we have Dr. Generals, President of Community College of Philadelphia. Please give it up for Dr. Generals. We are so happy that he could join us today. And next to Dr. Generals, we have Alicia Dantzler. Please show some love for Alicia. She is a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia. Please give her some extra love for being a graduate of CCP. She is also a spoken word poet and performs in the local Philadelphia poetry scene. And next to Alicia, we have DeForio Barlow. Please put your hands together for DeForio. He's a testing specialist in the assessment center here at CCP. I also just want to ask you, please show some love for us for being 3-time Emmy nominated. Yes, and it's all a testament to how powerful and moving our poet's words are, which you're about to hear. So poet on deck is Alicia Z. And coming to the mic now, we have TJ Bash. Please make some noise for TJ Bash.
I never thought I would do anything like this, so step outside the box.
My poem is called Carol. It's entitled Carol. Imagine the woman who is your ultimate cheerleader gone. You never feel that kiss upon your forehead or hear her tell you it will be okay again. Imagine your children have never met her, and all they know are pictures in a frame. After all these years, it still stings when I hear friends and colleagues talk about their many ways they don't see eye to eye with theirs, but undoubtedly they speak of the woman they are destined to morph into. Since 1996, there has been a hole in my heart that no one can fill. I've had therapy, went through all stages of grief, and prayed consistently on it, but at times it hurts to breathe or exist without you. In moments when I know you would change the trajectory of my life simply with your presence, I just can't do. They say with acceptance you truly get to heal. And I have. But the scars are so clear to see. Without you, Mom, I just feel I'm missing the key to be the manifestation of the best version of me. Still, I strive because of what you instilled in me. I know you would be proud. Nevertheless, I know there is so much more I could be if only you were here with me.
Give it up one more time for TJ Bash.
I think I did better than the first time. I was a little less nervous. I still read from my phone, but the judges had really good feedback.
Nice, nice. I love the way how you can take these very personal and very painful moments and just really, spin some jewels out of them. I like the fact that even though you're looking at a phone, you still engaged everybody too. So you took that time, especially at the beginning, centered yourself. So really nice poem. Thank you.
Thank you. And Dr. Generals?
Yes, I would agree. Very emotionally impactful. I think the passion and the control of your verse was very good. I would suggest more eye contact with the audience, less with the telephone, or with the your cell phone. But it's very powerful and emotional, and I was able to feel your passion, your emotions.
Thank you. And Alicia?
I like the conversational element that you had, like just sitting down and having, when you're missing somebody, but having that one-on-one conversation with them throughout, that poem, and then it's a very relatable piece that we all can understand how we feel when we just want to, talk to that person, explain to them what we're going through, what we see, and I think you did a good job at from start to end of doing that.
And DeForio?
I think the story was very good. I think it's important for people to understand that we still have to cope with death. It's inevitable, and you kind of never get over it, and you have to deal with it the best way you can. I think you did a good job with that.
Thank you, judges. One more time for TJ Bash.
Based off the judges' critiques, I feel more courageous, and it's great when that aligns with what you already feel about yourself.
So the poet on deck is Sincere. And coming to the mic now, we have Alicia Z. Please make some noise for Alicia Z.
I practice a lot more. The next poem that I will be reciting is new. I wrote it a couple days ago, so I don't know how I'm gonna do with that. This poem is about a time in my life that was really hard for me last year when I was in the hospital. This poem is entitled Hospital Blues. Lying in this hospital bed, wishing time would move at a fast pace, like a fluctuating heartbeat. Time is dreading in this hospital bed Time is dreading in this room with pink walls with the little aroma of color that's slowly turning black and white day by day by my active depression that's overtaking my soul, body, and mind. Slowly in this hospital bed. My tears are blue, just like my heart is cold. My starvation is the problem I see through my sunken dark brown eyes. My appetite is gone. It's suppressed by the feeding tube through my nose that's basically giving me life and the nutrition that I desperately need. I don't even feel my stomach cry anymore or roar like a lion that can't be tamed. The pain in my stomach comes and goes. My chest is so tight and I've been squeezing for days. My stress level is high like an elevated blood pressure. I look in the mirror every time I use the bathroom and see I gained some weight. For goodness sake, I can't shake this hospital blues away. I see, looking back at me, that's who I'm destined to be. No, healthy weight my ass. The irritability is so high, I am miserable, not wanting to partake in treatment any longer. Just let me go back to the outside world so I can no longer be contained. Damn it, I can't no more with these hospital blues. I swear if another living soul just tell me to eat, it's not that easy to do. Did you ever think to yourself as an underlying issue? I swear Did you ever think to yourself as an underlying issue, no more talking, so done, time to fade away in my hospital bed for good, that I literally turned into hospital blues, forever silenced?
One more time for Alicia Z.
To be honest, I think I didn't do that great because I messed up a lot.
Dr. Generals, do you have some feedback?
Yes, I love the title, first of all. Clearly, you had an experience that you were fighting against and finding ways within the depths of your soul to survive, notwithstanding the various troubles that you were encountering. So I thought the passion was there. I thought your interpretation of the experience, your choice of words was very good. And overall, I thought it was a very good poem.
Thank you. Alicia.
I feel like I really enjoyed the metaphors that you had. You had so many metaphors, and you chose them very well in placement of them. I think it was a very descriptive piece, and I really enjoyed that, as well as the emotion in your voice. I'm curious what would happen if you memorize it and actually without using a phone, because I feel like you had the strongest moments in your poem was the points where you knew your lines and that emotion was conveyed. So I think it'll be a very powerful poem once you actually memorize it. It's powerful now, but it'll be like extremely powerful once you memorize it.
DeForio.
Kind of echo what Alicia says. I thought this was your first time performing it, so it's fairly new to you. So I want you to really kind of get in, hone in on it, and really deliver it the next time.
And Kevin.
Yeah, you actually seemed a lot more comfortable up there now. I remember, last week you were, I didn't know, so you're getting a lot more comfortable. And like I said before, once you get that piece down and once you really know it, it's really impactful too, because it really speaks to what people go through in terms of depression. And it's a perspective we all need to know. Thank you.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Alicia Z.
Even though the judges gave good feedback, I still feel like I messed up. Well, I know I messed up a lot.
A black woman once said to me, I don't have an accent, I just speak proper. I said, well, what the fuck is proper?
See, nigga, I was taught that you boss as hard as you can, embarked it and can my fam, so I am gonna make them high grand, slaughter daily grinding, like rollerblading, I be sliding.
Some people spend that time in school and still get paid minimum wage. Time is cruel. Well, the time that we spent together is the only reason that I accept times like this.
Poet on deck is Black Cancer. And coming to the mic now, we have Sincere. Please, make some noise for Sincere.
Poetry to me is expression, like it's free form. And there's no guidelines within poetry, like you don't have to be afraid of expressing your opinion, you don't have to be afraid of being yourself when you're on stage, when you're speaking your word, because it's your truth at the end of the day.
This is a poem I wrote called Queendom, explaining my ideology behind religion and womanism in comparison to feminism. I'm not the religious type, but I see God every day. Whether she is creating, growing, or raising seed, I see God as nature. Birch tree afro, skin dark as the soil that blossoms sunflowers, and the fruits of her labor sweeter than her gift of life. And life ain't shit without she. She sees so much hate and discredit for what she got, and y'all call God Yahweh, but Yahweh only wants you to see it his way, make you think you live in his grace and demonize the real God. That mind was hereditary enough to be perpetuated till today. How do you try to break your creator? Or wali patang I forgive she, and your bad mind God, suck your mother. All the man that who love woman raise your peace sign, cause she world this. And the man who don't love woman, me put bullet in her skin of the man. And the man where I rape woman, what them do? Them dead. And the man where I bad my woman, what them do? Them dead, period. I even see God walking the street, fearless, flexing fashion choices that complement that melanin glow, all shades of unconditional love beneath it. That healing love that could extinguish guns from the hood so our population could finally thrive rather than dying in the forest fires within our concrete jungles. That rational love that speaks to our mind, bringing balance within the energy that understanding love and which influences our decisions. And yes, I understand everyone has their own mind, and yes, everything is a choice, but you can't be so left-brained, so structured in your constructs and complexes that you don't even feel free to express it until you're in the Empress's presence. And the nerve of man to be picky about pigments when his breath smells like pig shit. Ain't that some bullshit? We could see God create over a 9-month process. Her physique expanding as it mimics the planet in which we reside, and we still do not serve credibility. I don't know how. I could never embody the strength and courage that God has as she nourishes the seed we carelessly plant. Why do you think they call her Mother Earth? Because she's the builder on the foundation of life? I mean, not only that, but they call her Mother Earth because she gives guidance and oversees life from here to everywhere overseas. They call her Mother Earth because she gives lessons as she grows, no matter the chemically imbalanced matter that is built on top of her. She breaks through in bushes and bundles of roses, not only to mock man, but to show her power. They call her Mother Earth because the scorn that burns within her center finally sheds her presence, promptly burning away the hate you give. They call her Mother Earth because she could take a breath away as soon as she gives it. Yes, they call her Mother Earth, but personally, I call her the block. How she squares away the ghetto youth and make home out of those front steps. How she feeds the people with intentions of cultivation, bringing the black and yellow together without seeing police tape. I call her the city, as her face brightens the night skies in contrast with the stars, constellations within the lights connecting to show the love lost in poverty's abyss. I call her the land, as she and all her organisms grow, speaking the same language, same word I've been repeating, but I'ma say it anyway, love. In many dialects, but it unites his spirit, allowing us to show that mystical communication within. And that's where the Buju, how she was the single parent providing Medina, whether it was a shack in the system with shackles on us, over mansion managed by accountants, by taking account of how we live our lives. Side note, notice how I didn't say the shackles or the system were going. I call her the Almighty, the Everlasting, the smack upside the head when you ain't asking, the soap providing, sun rising Black woman. Peace.
Give it up one more time for Sincere.
I feel like I did pretty all right. I can't lie, I was nervous. I was real nervous about going up there, mainly because this is a poem that is not traditional in means of ideology when it comes to religion or when it comes to sociology. Like, personally myself, I wouldn't say I'm a feminist, but I would say I'm a womanist, being that feminism means equal amongst the genders, and womanism is understanding and recognizing that the woman has superior power.
Alicia, do you have some feedback?
Oh yeah, you actually were on time though, so we're not even talking about what I was just talking about. I do feel like I really enjoyed the poem. I feel like you should slow down some of the lines because there were moments where I definitely got lost in the piece, just trying to keep up with, like, stay on track with your with the overall concept, but then keep up with the lines in the different places where it was breaking off. With that being said, I do feel like when you are breaking off in those different segments, to just like work on the transitions a little bit throughout the poems, because it will keep us more on track with it. And I really enjoy you incorporating the patois as well in the piece, because that's dope. So I really like that too.
So I just can't say what Alicia just said because she was just in my head again. Just connect with us a little bit more, and I'll just leave it at that.
Kevin.
Yeah, I was sitting there talking to Alicia, said, is he going to get it in? Is he going to get it in? And you did have that 1 second nice little thing there. But it is a really good piece. I think reading directly from and not really connecting kind of took away from it. And at certain points, it just felt like you were trying to move everything in at a certain time, but then the other times from the transition from the patois right back to English, it was like, oh, that's a nice transition. So that was really nice. I mean, you went in there smoothly, so it's a really nice piece, man. Thanks.
And Dr. Generals.
I love the piece. I think it's a very powerful message. I love the way you set it up, drawing a dichotomy between feminism and womanhood. I thought that was particularly powerful. Look up. Almost the entire time you were looking at your cell phone. And I think it was a long poem. You might want to think about breaking it up, taking some out. Sometimes less is best, but overall it was extremely powerful. Your performance was great. You were moving your hands, but you just didn't look up. And that would be my only criticism.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Sincere.
This season 5 dropped the mic, and bro, it was real hard to get this far. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I need y'all to show some appreciation to these poets. I would really appreciate it.
Poet on deck is Renisha. And coming to the mic now of Black Cancer. Please make some noise for Black Cancer.
Poetry is art. It's self-expression. It's ventilation or relaxation because you get to release your inner thoughts.
What's up, y'all? All right. Y'all do know this like a celebration, right? This is the 5th year anniversary.
We all nervous. We got a little tension. I know I am today because it's the last joint, so we gonna have some fun. I'm gonna turn the fuck up. I curse. I don't care. Neither do y'all. Right? Right. All right. When I point to y'all, I want y'all to say, get it down. Can y'all do that? Can y'all do that, Philly? All right, bet. Get it. Get it. Get it. All right. I get it. Down, 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 down. I get it, down, 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 down. I get it, down, 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 down. All right. You can start the clock. At the moment, I ain't smoking cause the nigga job searching. I won't have my pox hurting. My job won't get God's promotion. See, these bitch niggas keep your ass at 1050. Bitch, I'm 32. I need 15 up in my big piggy. That's the minimum. Cost of living pivotal. Fuck trying to just make it by with the cynical thoughts. See, nigga, I was taught that you boss as hard as you can, embarked it and can my fam, so I am gonna make them high grand, slaughter daily grinding. Like rollerblading, I'll be sliding in a drop bins when I profit from my ideas, cause I'm an entrepreneur like Ford. I'm trying to explore British Islands and more. Hit the finest of whores galore. Oh boy, I'ma live like dope boys, super fat. Moving crack on stupid tracks, I'm true to that. I'm moving packs with every lyrics. I ain't never been a stupid cat. Hate rats, but I'm glued to tracks. Pandora, Spotify, SoundCloud, oh, I'm doing that. Piff, that shit is gonna keep me current. Inside of a popcorn era where music ain't the nourish. If oversaturation is the new, I'll take the oldest. Route that's available for a dude who stated purpose ain't discouraged in these days of circus clowns and acts. Swear they be pounding racks. They only pounding rats. Got more pussy than money, I can't get down with that. And plus it's like everybody's successful. I bet you they grab a swimsuit, they won't drown in facts. I swim in the ocean of struggle, more motivation to hustle, cause cobra snakes in the jungle. Gotta watch my back, I ain't got a strap, so I hold a shank and we cuddle. Till I get my license to carry, then I fucking blow your face in a puddle. Yeah. See, I never care for motherfuckers outside of family. People take your kindness for weakness. They think that it's sweet as cotton candy. Well, fuck all you niggas, you guys are yammy. Think I'm skitzing when a nigga start tripping like Hot Miami, cause I get it. Down, 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 down. I get it, down, 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 down. I get it, down, 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 down. I get it down every time that I spit around. Nigga, get it down, 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 down. Yeah.
One more time for Black Cancer.
I think I did better last time than I did this time, but I had more fun this time too.
DeForio.
So I'm gonna tease you a little bit. How come you the only one that have to come out when you get introduced? Right. You know, you come out like it's a big welcome for you. and I appreciate that, and I like that, and I like your energy. I like your rawness, and I like the fact that you always tell the truth.
Word.
Kevin.
Yeah. No. You always bring the energy, man. You always got a new twist to something, and I love that. I love how you like to bring the audience into it, even though, you know, at one point we didn't know where the line was at one point, but that's all right. You still flow with it. And I know it's a big thing here at the production. We don't like the mic moving or anything, but I like the way you move around the mic. It's like, it's not going to stop me. I'm just going to move around the mic and do what I got to do. So nice piece, man. Appreciate it.
Dr. Generals.
So it's a show. It's about production, and I think you were off the charts in terms of your presentation and your production. You know, the language was colorful. I mean, I don't think it was, you know, something that can't go down. I think it was colorful and was appropriate for what was going on. So good job. Thank you.
And Alicia.
I feel like you had a lot of relatable lines just about like prosperity and moving on in life, and I like the way you punch those lines because they make it sit and resonate with us more. I'm like, yeah, I feel you. You know, I don't want that little 10, 50, 10, 25 an hour either. Like, so I feel you in those moments, and I think, you know, having the audience be able to relate to that and then incorporating them in that is dope as well.
Mm. Thank you, judges. One more time for Black Cancer.
Based off of the judges' critique, I actually don't think I should change anything. What I plan to do is go into my poetry more. So I think I'll do some poetry than rap this time around.
So after our next poet, we actually have our feature poet for the afternoon. David Ross came all the way up from Baltimore to perform for us. So please give it up for David Ross. We're really excited to have him here with us this afternoon. But poet coming to the mic now is Renisha. Please put your hands together for Renisha.
Poetry means everything to me. Like, you're able to express yourself freely, put your most personal inner thoughts on a piece of paper, and you can share it with people and not be judged because that's how you truly feel. You can express any topic, every topic. I just love poetry.
All right, so I wrote this poem last week. It's entitled Dear Racism. Dear Racism, why do you exist? Why do your hateful words roll off the tongues of closed minds? Are you taught, or does racist people use the phrase, racism is taught to be racist? Dear racism, you are not just in the minds or on the tongues of white people. Black people can be racist too. By using the phrase, I'm not trying to be racist, it's the most racist shit to say. Dear racism, why do you pollute the air? Why must you turn one race against another? Dear white people, why are you racist? Dear black people, why are you racist? Dear people, why are we racist? Why must we turn one race against another? So because you see me holding the hand of another guy who's white, you feel the need to walk up to him and tell him that his ancestors were our masters and that my ancestors was raped, tortured, and kidnapped. See, I don't like that shit. Dear people, why can't we get along? Why can't we come together and embrace one another? Why can't we embrace that my features are different from your features and that we shed the same blood? So dear people, why the fuck are we racist?
Give it up one more time for Renisha.
I think I did better. Like, even though my piece was written last week, I think I did really good.
Kevin.
That was short and to the point. I like that. But the follow-up would be, Dear Anisha, business is good. No, I really like the piece. I like the fact that you kind of laid it out there like I may not be prepared, but you went right into it. You went ham. I like that.
Dr. Generals.
In today's time, no message could be more powerful. And I think you delivered a strong message that was to the point and hit the target and was expressed in a very, very nice way. So thank you.
Alicia.
So I feel like I really wish you committed to reading the poem. That way you had like more, it was more like you connected more with it. Because I feel like each time you would look down at your phone, there would be like a break in your connection with us and, you know, as you were delivering it. So I really wish you just committed to reading it from your phone. That way it would have flowed better. And I really like the message overall as well.
And DeForio.
I'm on the message.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Renisha.
The judges' critique did not. I mean, it helped me and then didn't help me. It helped me because like I could put my all into my poetry, like put everything that I want to put out and not be scared how people would react. But it didn't help me because I think I'm nervous no matter what I do for the first time. I'm always going to be nervous.
Can we also have another round of applause for all of our poets who performed in the first half of the first round of the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic? They all did a wonderful job.
Yes, so this is season 5.
This is season 5.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And we are 3 Emmy nominations deep.
We coming for the Emmy.
We going for the 4th one.
Bro, it was real hard to get this far. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just really excited to be able to introduce our featured poet for our final showcase. He is someone who has personally been an inspiration to me as a poet. The work that he does in the community, especially working with youth and violence prevention, is something that I really, really admire, along with the message of his poetry. For so many of the poets that are on stage for us today, he has also been a tremendous inspiration. For many of us, we have been following his work for over a decade. And so we're really excited to have him here. Also going by the stage name, Native Son. Please put your hands together for David Ross.
Greetings, everyone. Shout out to all the poets on stage up here. It's an honor to be up here with you all. I'll do a few poems for you. A person, a human, a woman, not a cell, a mother, a wife, a sister, not a cell, not an acronym, or a sample, or a test, or a subject, she's a matriarch of science, advancement, civilization, continuity of life and genetic coding, breakthroughs and bloodlines, healing powers originates in her DNA. Henrietta lacks nothing, embodies everything, bearing burdens since 1960, bearing burdens since 1920, still bridging gaps and leading the world through ingenuity through this millennium. And in 2018, changing my life. Today, we cross paths like twisted fingers from Clover for good luck. She will not be forgotten. She represents all the Henriettas, Lorettas, and Larsons, Lanes and Larsons, Laverne LaWalls, his mama, Jacqueline Sorrell's my mama, Miss Johnson, Miss Thompson, Miss Taylor, Miss Walker, Ann Jackson, Ann Jones, from Laxtown to Lake Shore, city to suburb, and print or blurb, unmarked gravestones engraved in our hearts when it hits home, like living in Baltimore, where Jesus is a marble statue, standing like a bookmark in a segregated city, arms spread wide, symbolizing the divide. A miracle happens when you least expect it, delivered from whom you least expected, one who didn't plan on it, go to school for it, or simply couldn't afford it. Euphoric when you think about the power of God, the ability he gives man. Can't understand how every day we casually ignore some of the most important people in the world because we decide they're insignificant. Like a ninth grader in Douglas High with low attendance and failing grades, half a parent, half a chance, and zero tolerance as he tries to cope with flourishing malls and universities being built right on top of him, buried with a backpack packed full of hatred and pain for ammunition and significance. Is a multi-million-dollar industry, a medical revolution that wouldn't even exist without Deborah's mother, Sonny's mother, Lawrence, Zachariah, and Elsie's mother. Who but God could fathom you'd be even more powerful outside of the confines of this planet? Who would ever thought the meaning of mother begins with cell structure? We take it for granted. Generations to come must comprehend the value of what it means to live forever. Immortality comes from character, not a mutant gene or determined by prognosis. I thought museums were for the dead. I thought I was too young to be a relic, and yet markings of my thoughts are engraved upon the infrastructure of Baltimorean landscapes. My voice archived on invisible digital audio material. My mother stared at me with love so hard, left the image of her face impressed upon mine, causing those who knew her to stop and say to me, "Hey, you Jackie's boy, ain't you?" And now I look in the mirror and I see her every day, and I ask myself, what will they remember when I'm gone? My birth date or my death date? Milestones and my mistakes. The way I lived will determine how you celebrate me, like Martin King or Chris Wallace. Both optimists, orators, orchestrators, wielding dialects that drew haters, say the one spoke life, the other death. Now breathe. Breath is the hidden hand of the two-edged sword. Believe that indeed. These vocal cords are sharp, see. Anything fake will fall flat, B. In the beginning was the word, and in the end, a book with record of every word you ever spoke. Now that's that, G. Now peep how deep that is. How a soul decision can spark a soul's division. Imagine that. Butterfly effect. Spoken words softly spooling through the cracks in the air. Now check how butterflies connect. A butterfly once fluttered by and asked, what was you born for? To be tattered and torn more? Was it a poem that gave you a name, or was it you who people are drawn to rather than some words you arranged? Strange how a lifetime legacy of good deeds can change, be tarnished by one incident, lack of discipline, given into your lower conscience, the venom in human nature, the act upon it is the carnage. We harness power and responsibility. That's what makes us amazing, man. But oh, what a tangle web we weave once you become prisoner to what you achieve. What was you born for when no one came to the baby shower? Instead, they all send your mother dead flowers, tie balloons at your funeral, and dance all day to songs you hated in your cubicle. Why live a life so ugly when you were made so beautiful? What was you born for? I wonder, what would they celebrate for me? My birthday or the day of my death? The depth of my heart or the weight of my breath? Will my children rejoice at my wake or be overwhelmed with grief at my rest? If I die, if you should decide to celebrate me, I hope you remember my birthday for the good man I tried to be.
time for David Ross.
A black woman once said to me, I don't have an accent, I just speak proper. I said, well, what the fuck is proper?
I wonder what it's like to put bros and money and status before hoes. When hoes become the priority, you get mad because they don't want to be chose. What it's like to disrespect niece's doppelganger, sister stand in to be confident in slander, and then turn around grandstand talking about, oh, but I love women.
That rape granny waited for you to come home. Your hoodie was never red until he nailed you to the bed as if it was your cross.
Time is cruel. Well, the time that we spent together is the only reason that I accept times like this.
So the poet on deck is Tiana, and coming to the mic now, we have Meek Boss. Please, make some noise for Meek Boss.
Poetry means expressing yourself in a way that makes you feel whole. Anybody here speak fluent Ebonics, better known as slang? Anybody? All right, well, I wanted to share a story with you guys. This poem is going to be in Ebonics, so bear with me. If you can't understand it, look to your neighbor. A black woman once said to me, I don't have an accent, I just speak proper. I said, well, what the fuck is proper? She said, you know, not like ghetto Ebonics, but English, the proper language. I said, well, Ebonics is a proper language. In fact, the very definition of Ebonics is African American dialects. It is the language of the slave mother who sang it in song when seeking freedom for her family was all she longed. Singing Negro spirituals to calm weeping children housed in huts, surviving on empty guts, cause she be a black woman. Dialects merely seeping through dehydrated lips while crammed on slave ships. Yes, she sings. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. As she tries to comfort her children while suppressing her own pain. Yes, she sings. And she sings to her babies, whom she may never see again. This dialect be from slave fathers who sang their blues in them fields, oppressed so hard they could not stand. Backs bending and breaking, bearing wounds that no bandage could ever heal. His feet been made for walking, picking cotton for them whites. His feet been made for running, for freedom all the days of his life. So ain't I's be entitled to speak as I wish? Ain't we's be entitled to this cultural gift? This dialect be mine, every word I spew, and I'll never worship the language slave masters properly conditioned in you. Sis, ain't I schooled you yet? This dialect be my culture, so please, show some fucking respect. I'm Meek.
One more time for Meek Boss.
I think I did okay, considering the facts.
Dr. Generals, do you have some feedback?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought your linguistic switching from, proper to Ebonics, actually genre switching from prose to poetry to music was, extremely profound, and you delivered a really powerful message. Great job.
Alicia.
I really enjoyed. Listen, you had me all hyped up for all this ratchetness, and I was ready to speak. And then I'm like, you delivered this poem so eloquently. And then you cuss at the end, and I was like, there it go. I was waiting. There it go. But no, on another note, though, I really like the singing portion. I kind of wish you would have, you sort of kind of committed to it, but didn't really commit to it. So I wish you would have committed to it, and it would have made it more staple in your piece. But I really enjoyed the overall poem as well. It was really dope.
DeForio.
I thought it was really, 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 really good. That's all I'm gonna say.
And Kevin.
You know how hard it is to get that from him? Boy, ain't right. But once again, you come in and you just kind of take the stage, and yeah, boss. You can't be Meek Boss and be soft. So you do what you do. You know what I mean? You make it do what it do. I like it. Thanks.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Meek Boss.
Based off the judge's critique, I think I did fairly well. I think I learned a lot from it, and it helped me be a lot more relaxed this go round.
Poet on deck is Marquise Wright Lee. And coming to the stage now, we have Tiana. Please put your hands together for Tiana.
Poetry to me is freedom. It's just a way for people to show who they are through words. So my aunt, she was battling cancer. She lost from it. So this is a poem to honor her. You are an art. Your very essence embodied the very hues of the brightest paints. You were a canvas too great to measure, too complex to emulate. No one could manipulate, no one color will do, no one color would do. You are deep shades of blue, dark textures of red, took up your space, drawing daggers across your face, signifying your color revolution, your skin a flesh tone peach, things that I could grab, hold on to, and eat, all while teeny fleets of brown lined your cheeks, spilled into your hair, resembling a crown. The color revolution deemed you queen. You are an art. Your words like watercolor, strong, reflecting the dark of your eyes, toning in and out the clear of your tears, a wet contributor to the canvas, colors running down the page, charging, lined up for this color revolution. The bright, warm yellow of your faith and serene shades of your prayers, a mosaic armor built on all sides of you. You built a canvas here. You were a canvas here. Never failing to insinuate that your colors were for the colorist too. One word of faith was a splash of pink. One word of encouragement took on the color of brass bells, ringing in this color revolution, and out of your fingertips spilled endless colors of spring, summer, and fall too. Your colors made the restless move. They blew black and white and added light. You were an art, obviously safe to say a masterpiece. This color revolution created dashingly wherever you walked. The pathway for the king, deep shades of purple evidence on your hands and feet, the color of royalty, the color you are to me. Now that you are in the hands of the master painter himself, rests my Picasso. Considering everything, I think I did pretty well. It was for my aunt, so I hope I made her proud.
I try not to get emotional because I don't do this thing, but I felt your emotion. I just lost my aunt to cancer, like literally a month ago. So I could feel your emotion while you were on stage. And then you were like the epitome of reading, but performing, because I couldn't tell you had a phone in your hand. You definitely connected with your audience. And it was just an overall amazing piece. You incorporated so many different things to just give homage to this person, and I think it was like amazingly done. Like I could feel your energy, and that's yeah.
DeForio.
Also having lost relatives to cancer, I think a lot of what you said also embodies how they're feeling in the moment, especially when you're going to see them in the hospital. They really are going through pain, but they show nothing but strength the whole time. So, good job.
Kevin.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can just take something so painful and turn it into something so beautiful, and you could just see it in just the performance, like Alicia was saying, it's like DeForio was saying. You could just see it, you could feel it. You took us on this ride, and it was artistic, it was visual, it was everything. So really nice piece.
And Dr. Generals.
Yeah, I think I would echo what everyone has said. It's extremely powerful. You know, I'm glad I didn't have to go first. I could compose myself so my voice wouldn't be shaken from the emotion that you elicited out of me. Very powerful. I loved, color as metaphor for your pain and your suffering, and that was beautiful. Thank you.
One more time for Tiana.
Based on the judges' critiques, I think it did help me to better prepare. Definitely, I've been practicing with memorizing my poem.
Poet on deck is Lindo Yes. And coming to the mic now, we have Marquise Wright Lee. Please give it up for Marquise.
Poetry is, energy put into words. It is a feeling. It is a conveying of stories, of lessons. Poetry is life. It is a way to express life.
After the murder of Janice Talton Jackson, I wonder what it's like to love sex but hate women, The cherished the prize at the bottom of the box, but despise the sorrow is buried in. I wonder what it's like to be one of today's men that loves his mama but assaults women that look just like her. Women that have to lace a prayer in their nose because rejection is an act of war these days. What it's like to be owed nothing but own a rage that tells you otherwise and puts a target in your gaze. I wonder what it's like to have double standards. To kiss your daughter with the same mouth that spits venom at uninterested prospects, to shame daughters' sex drive and praise the ones bestowed upon you from sexual conquest. I wonder what it's like to put bros and money and status before hoes. When hoes become the priority, you get mad because they don't want to be chose. What it's like to disrespect niece's doppelganger, sister's stand-in, to be confident in slander, and then turn around grandstand talking about, oh, but I love women for brownie points and panty pandering. I wonder what it's like to be savage, but only see a savage when she ain't salivating over sloppy salutations. Coded invitations for supper broken down to reveal intentions of slipping between covers, become temporary lover without the love, then turning her life into an R-rated disaster film, and you cut out like deleted scenes tomorrow. I wonder what it's like to have hands haunted by Columbus's moral compass with a swollen pair of ego and entitlement anchoring you to hand-me-down misogyny codes to be victor, or claim self-victim in an instance. Take any answer that isn't a yes as a personal attack. Fire a thunderous bitch at her back, then act like you ain't never said to see her the next day and act like you ain't never said that or never meant it. To be sorry and liar in the same heartbeat, call her baby, think her body count with delusional audacity, receive her rejection, deliver her repercussion with tainted tenacity, and never show dishonor to mama. Disconnect and dissect anyone dishonoring mama and claim no affiliation with hypocrisy. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Marquise.
How do I think I did today? I think I did pretty well.
DeForio.
Marquise, you just dope, bro. Just dope, hands down. From beginning to end, I was in that.
Kevin.
Yo, did he actually say panty pandering? Is that? You know, because you kind of sum up people's college career, but I ain't gonna go there. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not gonna throw any names out there. Anyway, yo, just when you serve up one tray of this deliciousness that you want to sit down and really digest, you come up with another one and it's like, damn, did he just say that too? From the point in which you centered yourself to delivering this piece, it was really nice, man. Really nice.
Dr. Generals.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I would recommend this as the anthem for hashtag Me Too. I think it was a powerful poem for women. It's apropos to today's time, and you know that was extremely powerful. In addition to your performance and delivery and everything, the message was spot on.
And Alicia.
Yo, I feel like I was just having one of the moments when I read something, and you know, you talking to your girlfriends, you know, yeah, he got the nerve to say, I'm like, yo, like, you don't know. Well, you know, because you wrote the poem, but y'all don't know. Like, I really feel like your alliteration was really, I enjoyed that throughout the piece too, because you have these dope lines, and then you do these other intricate things with how you word things, so when you hearing it, it just sounds very snappy, and I really enjoy that because it keeps you into the piece, and it keeps everybody alert and with you, and we already like, yo, I feel you. So it's just you doing all these amazing things throughout this poem, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Marquise.
Based off the judges' critiques in the first and second round, I do think it helped. You know, they gave me pretty good critiques the last time, so it just kind of continued the momentum from last time, you know, continue what I was doing right, you know, work on what I needed to work on.
Poet on deck is Ills Wills. And coming to the mic now, we have Lindo Yes. Please put your hands together for Lindo Yes.
Poetry is self-expression without margins, without boundaries, and the storytelling of history.
Trigger warning, sexual assault. My approach causes an intruder alert. Notifications, ringings, and alarms of how a touch can feel like the end of a blade, and she wonders how deep I will cut. And I recognize these feelings, because I have never dated a woman that hasn't been sexually assaulted. The first woman I dated told me these stories, and every woman that shared after caused alarms and ringings that they had baggage, when they should never have to carry this luggage. They have baggage, not because they're broke, but they've been broken into by men turned to werewolf. We know them as Big Bad Wolf. That rape granny waited for you to come home. Your hoodie was never red until he nailed you to the bed as if it was your cross. Told you that this was forgiveness for your sins, for you dressing like that. Translation, you being you. You woke up the morning after. Try to baptize yourself of these memories in the shower, but you couldn't. So you cried tears that created a puddle, that created a river, that created a lake, that created an ocean, and you waited in the water for answers, but the best advice you got was to learn how to swim in this water full of sharks while you're bleeding, and they have a taste for your blood, but you keep on swimming, trying to forget, you keep on swimming, but you always get reminders by people like me, because it's always someone like me, someone you know, someone that's supposed to be family, someone you allow to get too close. And I know my sympathy is only a band-aid for the bullet wound you endure and the many more after you have learned how to walk and dodge bullets at the same goddamn time, not needing a hero to jump in front of them for you. I just want to let you know that I'm here for you, to break this cycle of rape culture. Thank you.
One more time for Lindo, yes.
I think I did really well today. It seemed like I resonated more with the crowd than I did last week, so I'm really excited about that, so that makes me really hopeful going into the next round.
Kevin, you have some feedback?
Yeah, that was really good, man. That's different than what you've delivered before, and I like the fact that you just stood there and just delivered this piece, and it was just so powerful and impactful. So really nice.
Dr. Generals.
Sure, as you know, as a man who's got sisters and a mother's passed and daughters, thank you. That was extremely powerful. I like the pace. You know, you allowed the words to ring and you allowed them to go out there so people could hear the power of the words and what they meant. So, excellent, very good job.
Alicia.
I feel like it was very quiet, very somber, but it was very powerful, and that was needed. I feel like for the way you delivered the message and just your performance overall, it allows you to have this moment where it's like I'm having a conversation with every woman that has been through that, and I'm quite sure that's the purpose of this piece, and I feel like you definitely succeeded in doing it.
And DeForio.
I think it's important to really understand and recognize that not all men are the same. I think that you brought that out, that there are some men who really understand and who are not predators and who need to really understand that it's not okay to do those things and it's not okay to be that way. And I'm glad you did it.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Lindo, yes!
I think the judges and the crowd really helped me get an idea of what poem I wanted to perform today, because they gave me a temperature of the room and also just made me really just go within myself to think about what is really like, where I'm at really with things.
And closing out the first round of the final showcase of the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic is Ills Wills. Please make some noise for Ills Wills.
Everything good that happens is your fault, and so is your faults. In the meanwhile.
I don't know what they want from me. It's like we talking time, right? Well, I ain't got nothing for you. It seems like the older I get, the more time gets shorter. And I realize that who I spend my time with, it's what's most important. We talking time, right? Well, there was a time in my life where I felt like I couldn't do anything. And at that time in my life, I didn't do anything. But I got time now. Now, I got time. And it seems like I'm doing everything. We talking time, right? Well, the time that we spent together is the only reason that I accept times like this. But I'm no longer going to let you take my time. I will be sad, but I'll grow. And I'll teach what I know. So when I go, I won't see it as just wasted time. We talking time, right? Like waiting in line? We've all cut at amusement parks. To me, that's just your way of taking your time. We talking time, right? Well, what kind of time you talking? Because at one time, I was crawling. But that was a long time ago, or was it? I know some human beings twice my age that would say that that time is nothing. Some people spend that time in a cage. Some people spend that time in school and still get paid minimum wage. Time is cruel. But this time, it's okay. Because at this time, we're at Community College of Philadelphia. Drop the mic, and that's a beautiful thing. So sing. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we... Wait, no. We talking time, right? Well, I'ma just keep this brief. See, I enjoy all of your feelings, but fuck your peace. If you don't take time listening, at least to the youth, to the truth, to the proof, to the elderly. See, I'm not trying to act like I'm holier than thou or I haven't wasted time before, because I have 3 times. At that time, I was at war. Google Green Hats, Echo 29, Marine Corps. Hail Mary. Thank you.
Give it up for Ills Wills.
I think I did lovely this time. Lovely. It was a lot getting here, but definitely I did lovely.
Dr. Generals, do you have some feedback?
Time is a commodity, and I think your expression in its various forms and through this poem sends a really powerful message. I think your delivery, your performance was extremely good and overall spot on. Thank you.
Alicia.
I think you do a really good job of commanding the stage. So even when you got up there, you're like singing, you rocking, you got the song, he got it in my head now. And I think you did a good job at transitioning into your piece. And then as well as concluding your piece, I really enjoyed the last line that you had at the end of the piece as well. I think it was a really dope line. Clever way to end the piece. So.
DeForio.
I really paid attention to how you scanned the crowd back and forth, which I think is very important in terms of your connection. You do a really good job connecting with the crowd. And I also kind of felt like you were just freestyling, but it was still smooth.
And Kevin.
Ills Wills always takes the stage and commands the stage. Really nice piece, man. I do. I like, at one point where I thought it was going to end, you just went into another gear and then brought another verse to it. And I was like, oh, okay, nice little twist to it. It's a really nice piece, man.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Ills Wills.
Based off what the judges told me last time, this time I wanted to just more go with the flow.
And can we have another round of applause for all of our poets who performed in the first round of the final showcase of the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic. At this time, it's your turn to vote, so hopefully all of you have your voting form. Please only circle one name. If you circle more than one name, then your vote will be disqualified. Can we give it up one more time for all of our poets? They shared so many moving and powerful poems with us this afternoon. And also give it up for yourselves as an audience. You've been really amazing this morning. Yes, give it up for yourselves, please. And then finally, we'd also like to thank our judges, Kevin Covington, Dr. Generals, the president of Community College of Philadelphia. We're really happy and honored that he could be here with us to help judge our student poets today. Alicia Dantzler, please give it up for Alicia, and DeForio Barlow. Thank you all so much. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Yes, so this is season 5.
This is season 5.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And we are 3 Emmy nominations deep.
We coming for the Emmy.
We going for the 4th one.
Bro, it was real hard to get this far. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.